And God doesn't see bold prayer as impolite, as an inconvenience. In fact, I would argue that timidity in prayer, the hesitance in prayer, is against his very character. How do I know that? Because he defines his character. He asks us, in reference to the Lord's Prayer you just read, I want you to come to me. Not only that, but I want you to come to me all the time, daily. He just asked us to pray daily, to come to him as a child. He wants us to depend on him for all things. And if that means a simple knock on the door, whether it's midnight or 5, it doesn't work like that. Our God is not us. And we often do that, don't we? Don't we impose what we do or don't do onto God as opposed to the opposite way? But we're reminded that we share in his nature, don't we? If you go to Genesis 1:26, it says, and then God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. We share characteristics of God, but we should be very careful to go, well, because I think this way, and it's an inconvenience for me, then surely God thinks that way too. Well, that's not true. And it's not in this case. I think John MacArthur put it well when talking about addressing God in prayer. He said, this is not about overcoming God's reluctance. It's not. It's about laying hold of his willingness. He wants us to come because he is willing. He wants us to knock at the door to show that we want to be there too, and that we seek him out in all things. Now, saw a quote here that I had to play with just a little bit. It said, don't pray politely, pray persistently. Now, I certainly don't mean you should be rude to God. But politely, what I mean by that, what the author meant, is please don't bring any prettiness. Don't fluff it up. Don't sugarcoat. As a good friend of mine says, one of the best things you could mean is just let yes mean yes and no mean no. Don't complicate it. So what God is asking us to do is show up with no fear. None. And no timidity. Don't be timid with God. Come to him in prayer. And if you think, well, that doesn't seem right, well, that's because you don't want people to come to you like that. But God makes it perfectly clear that he wants you to come, and he wants you to come boldly.